Welcome to the weekend edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by IronMag Labs. Make your mark. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Friday, July 21st, 2017. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. I don't know if anyone out there is a fan of track and field, but one of the most exciting moments in sports happens when you see some of the best athletes on the planet come screaming around the turn in a competitive 200-meter sprint. And right about now, William Bonac looks like he's about ready to turn that corner, quick, fast, and in a hurry. In his latest round of progress photos, Bonac looks every bit the part of someone who has their sights locked in on a second straight top 5 Olympia finish. And just like we saw last season on the European Tour, a 100% William Bonac is as good as anyone in the business right now. If you're a men's physique athlete on the way to compete in this year's Olympia, it's time to buckle up and pay attention, because George Brown's got a message for you. And that message is, quote, "I'm coming for the crown." Recently, we've seen a handful of progress photos start to circulate out of the Brown camp to show the 5-time IFBB Pro winner looking about as good as he ever has. Up to this point in the season, we've seen Brown be good, but he hasn't quite reached that high peak that we all know he's capable of. But I can't think of a better time for him to roll out the George Brown premium package than right up there on that sport's grandest stage. Apparently, George Brown isn't the only men's physique athlete looking to make a statement these days. Ryan Terry is also out there making a whole lot of noise in his own right. After keeping his head down throughout the bulk of the early season, all of a sudden, Terry feels like he's starting to really hit his stride. Let's not forget that it was only a few months back on the calendar that a lights-out version of Ryan Terry came in and completely stomped out the field back at the Arnold Classic. And if that same Ryan Terry shows up in Vegas, we're going to have one hell of a fight on our hands once that first call-out is finally announced. There's a part of my inner child that's still completely fascinated when I see a magic show. And as far as I'm concerned, there isn't anything more magical in the entire world of bodybuilding than a performance from Oksana Grishina. Recently, the reigning and defending 3-time Fitness Olympia champion has been trickling out bits and pieces of this year's routine. And in typical Oksana Grishina fashion, it's looked pretty spectacular. Seeing Grishina take home anything less than first place at the Olympia ranks right up there in Conor McGregor Mayweather upset territory. But when it's all said and done, I fully expect to see Oksana Grishina standing on stage with title number 4 tucked safely by her side. The North American Championship have been responsible for cranking out some serious talent over the last few years. And this year, middleweight monster Jay Warren is hoping to become the next North American champ to go on and make a major splash at the pro level. This week, we were able to get our hands on some new progress photos from our sources inside the Warren camp. And I hope we can all agree that this guy is going to be dangerous. At last year's contest, a relatively untested Warren managed to come in and deliver a solid third-place effort. But now that he's another year older, another year wiser, and a whole hell of a lot sharper, pushing up a spot or two to compete for his pro card seems like a very real possibility.